So let's check out this video. Mr. Beast is what Marx warned us about. Video by Graphene. I don't even know how you say this, but by Marx, he means Karl Marx, the man who is oftentimes thought of as the face or the father of communist ideology. Karl Marx believed that capitalism...
Not what he believed, what he just simply knew. Because by just blatantly looking at what capitalism is and what it stands for, is trying to uphold to, he just knew that this wasn't going to be good for the overall collective. And he was right.
Marx believed that capitalism was a rot, a problem in society where wealth will increasingly concentrate within the hands of a few elite, and eventually this will incentivize the working class, the proletariat, to uprise and overthrow the capitalist elite, also known as the bourgeoisie, and in so doing reclaim the means of production, where the means of production will be ran by everybody, right? Ultimately, he thought the pinnacle of society was a classless society where there was nobody who was above another person based on where they fall in the economy. And me personally, I do not subscribe to communist ideology. I do not believe that a classless society is one that can be...
I think we still have this flawed understanding when we speak about communism and believe that there is some type of ideal that Karl Marx pushed for, that is a stateless, moneyless, classless society, when in no way, shape, or form he ever advocated for that, because he also had the understanding that the world changes, your environment changes, the galaxy changes. There's no such thing as things always staying the same, and there's always fluctuation and change coming about all the way to an atom. So to say this is just a recipe for extinction. If I push for this idea of X, Y, and Z, but then we get to find out a few years later, your environment changes, where if you implement my idea, you are literally gonna go extinct. You're gone. You're poof, you're in thin air. So in that particular moment, you would have to say to yourself, hey, we understand this is the idea you have in your time, in your era, in like the time and place that you were at. But when it comes to our situation, that is not applicable because we don't have the same environment as you did in the past. So we would have to take this idea and throw it out the window and just simply adapt. That is what communism is. It is to abolish to the present days, and I want to highlight to the present days of things in your current time that is preventing you to moving forward, to developing to the next human stage of development, and just overall evolving to more complex aspects of life. I hope that made sense. So in other terms, how it's better to describe communism as a way of, as a movement, as a guide, as a way to move humanity forward to the next complex stages of human development. And keep in mind, when we speak about humanity, that only occurs when it revolves around the majority, the collective, the community, the people, because that is what technically even makes humanity in the first place. It's everybody. In another form, when we speak about communism, it refers to community.
Believe that a classless society is one that can be attained by humans of our human nature, and that is because when you boil down everything Karl Marx believed, as I understand it, I'm not an expert in Marx, but I definitely lean far. I'm a socialist, no doubt about that. I do believe in a blending of socialism and capitalism.
Okay, this is a doozy. Okay, brother, that is literally and utterly impossible. If you actually went out of your way to understand what capitalism actually stood for, you would get to realize that what you're saying is fantasy. Because capitalism revolves itself around the privatization of the commodity to the means of production and specifically to the financial sector of the country, where socialism revolves around the complete opposite of that, which is socializing the means of production, the commodity, and not to mention the financial sector to the public. It opens it. So you can already see the problem there. And for you to say you're a socialist, but then say this, it kind of just proves that I don't think you even understand what capitalism or socialism is.